Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving deep into the heart of the African savanna to uncover a story passed down through generations. A tale that explains a very curious feature of one of its most fascinating residents. Have you ever looked at a hyena and wondered why its back slopes down like that? Or why its tail seems so short and stubby compared to other animals? Well, gather round because today we're telling the story of how the hyena lost his tail. Our story begins long, long ago in a time when the world was new and all the animals were still figuring things out. Back then, the hyena, believe it or not, was one of the most handsome animals on the plains. He had a magnificent, long, bushy tail, much like a fox's, which he carried high with immense pride. It was a beautiful tail, thick with fur, and tipped with a brilliant white tuft that flashed like a signal as he trotted across the grasslands. The hyena, whose name was Fisi, knew he was handsome, and oh, did he let everyone else know it too. Fisi was incredibly vain. He would spend hours by the waterhole, not to drink, but to admire his own reflection. Look at this tail. He'd chortle to anyone who would listen. Is there any tail more splendid in all of Africa? He would flick it this way and that, making the white tip dance in the sunlight. The other animals would roll their eyes. The lion found him tiresome, the zebra thought he was silly, and the wise old elephant just shook his head. But Fisi didn't care. His tail was his glory, and he was the greatest. Now, in this ancient time, there was a severe drought. The sun beat down mercilessly, the rivers dried up to cracked mud, and the grass turned to yellow dust. The animals were hungry and thirsty. All of them, that is, except for one, the hare. A little hare, known for his cleverness, always seemed to have a plump belly and a spring in his step. He was never seen panting from thirst or looking gaunt from hunger. This was a great mystery to everyone, especially the boastful Fisi the hyena. One day, Fisi, whose stomach was rumbling louder than a distant thunderstorm, cornered the hare. "Hare," he barked, his voice raspy from thirst. "How is it that you are so well fed while the rest of us are starving? You must have a secret. Tell me, or I'll swish my magnificent tail at you." The hare, trying not to laugh at the ridiculous threat, decided to have a little fun. "Oh, Fisi," he said, his whiskers twitching, "it's no great secret. I have a special place, a hidden garden filled with sweet melons and juicy roots. It's a secret passed down in my family." Fisi's eyes widened with greed. "A secret garden? You must take me there. I demand it." The hare pretended to hesitate. "Oh, I don't know, Fisi. It's a very secret place. There's a special password and a ritual to enter. It's quite complicated." This only made Fisi more desperate. "I can handle it. I'm cleverer than I look," he boasted. "Just tell me what to do." The hare hid a smile. "Very well," he said. "Meet me at the giant baobab tree at dusk and come alone." As the sun painted the sky in shades of orange and purple, Fisi met the hare at the ancient baobab tree. Near the base of the tree was a deep, dark hole in the ground. "This is the entrance," the hare whispered dramatically. "The magic garden is deep below. To get there, you must tie this strong vine around your tail, and I will lower you down. But the most important part is the password. As you go down, you must keep repeating, 'The garden is for everyone. The garden is for everyone.' If you stop, the magic will fail and you'll be stuck." Fisi, blinded by visions of endless food, didn't question a thing. "The garden is for everyone. Easy," he scoffed. He turned around, presenting his prized tail to the hare. The hare took a thick, strong vine and tied it securely around the base of Fisi's beautiful, bushy tail. He made the knot extra tight. "Ready?" the hare asked. "Ready," Fisi replied eagerly. "Remember the words," called the hare, as he began to lower the hyena into the dark hole. Down, down, down Fisi went into the cool darkness. "The garden is for everyone. The garden is for everyone," he chanted, his voice echoing in the narrow shaft. He was so focused on the password and the promise of food that he didn't realize the hare wasn't lowering him into a garden at all. He was lowering him into the secret den of a very grumpy and very large sleeping leopard. The hare lowered him until his nose was just inches from the leopard's twitching ear. Then the hare held the vine still, After a few moments, Fisi started to get impatient. Hey, hare! Are we there yet? He called up. I can't smell any melons. The hare, peeking over the edge, called back down. Oh, Fisi, I think you have the password wrong. It's not the garden is for everyone. It's the garden is for me alone. For me alone. Fisi, being as greedy as he was vain, didn't hesitate. Of course, that makes more sense, he thought. He cleared his throat and began to shout at the top of his lungs. The garden is for Emmy alone. For Emmy alone. Oh, you can imagine what happened next. The leopard, who had been enjoying a very deep sleep, was violently awoken by a hyena screaming into his ear. With a furious roar, the leopard sprang up, claws out and teeth bared. Fisi shrieked in terror. He had been tricked. Pull me up! Pull me up! He screamed, scrambling desperately against the walls of the den. Above, the hare was laughing so hard he could barely hold the vine. He gave a mighty heave, trying to pull Fisi out. But the angry leopard had already sunk his teeth into the first thing he could reach, Fisi's magnificent, bushy tail. Fisi screamed, the leopard growled, and the hare pulled. There was a terrible tug of war. Fisi felt an awful, sharp, tearing pain. Then, snap! The vine flew up out of the hole, and Fisi scrambled out after it, yelping and crying. He was free, but at a terrible cost. He turned to look behind him, and to his horror, his beautiful, long, bushy tail was gone. All that was left was a short, ragged stump. The leopard, down below, was left with a mouthful of fur. From that day on, the hyena was changed forever. Humiliated and in pain, he lost his pride. He no longer walked with his head held high. Instead, his shame caused his back to stoop and slope downwards from his powerful shoulders. He couldn't bear to look at his reflection anymore. His beautiful tail was gone, leaving him with the short, unimpressive stump that all hyenas have to this very day. And his voice, once a proud chortle, became a manic, laughing cry, forever reminding the other animals of the day his vanity and greed cost him his greatest treasure. And so, whenever you see a hyena with its sloping back and stubby tail, you can remember the story of Fisi. It's a powerful reminder that vanity and greed can lead to great loss, and that sometimes a little humility goes a long way. The clever hare taught him a lesson he, and all his descendants, would never forget. What do you think of this story? It's one of my favorite folk tales for explaining the unique look of the hyena. If you enjoyed this journey into animal mythology, please let us know in the comments. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next adventure into the world of stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.